Hey, welcome to my market watch for the end of August, the start of September. 7 months ago, roughly, we started the whole COVID experience. At the very start of that, I was quite concerned. We had a bunch of sales fall over. We had a bunch of tenants just say we're not paying rent. And by a bunch, not that many, but we had tenants say I'm not paying rent. We had other tenants saying, can you reduce our rent? We were worried about vacancies at that point in time. And then as we got past it into the next month, and then through to June, July, and into August, the market has kept surpassing my expectation in an extremely positive sense. So I'm not 100% sure as to why the market is doing this from a rentals perspective and a sales perspective, but it is getting stronger and stronger as the year goes on. You know, it was interesting. I actually went back 1 year. So I went back to this month, which is end of August, start of September, 1 year ago. And I had a look at my market update. Old school then, I used to type it out and send it to you. Now it's a video. But I had a look, and back then, in one $50,000 price range in a certain area, there were almost 40 houses for sale. That exact same area now, that same $50,000 price spread, there's 12 houses for sale. At the rate houses are selling, that means the inventory, if nothing else came on the market, would only last for a couple of months. A year ago, that inventory that we had on the market, then the 40 or 50 properties, would have lasted 15 months at the rate property was selling. So that's an indication of how good the market has become. Now, prices haven't gone through the roof, but they have definitely steadied. They haven't gone down anymore. They probably have recovered what they went down, and it's an ideal time to sell. If you're a buyer, it's also an ideal time to buy, because the longer you wait, the chance of property values going up is probably pretty strong, number one. Number two, the chance of you having to compete with other buyers is also strong. And number three, when they open up Victoria, New South Wales, those people are going to come up here, deplete the inventory, and it will be harder to find what you actually want. So piggybacking on the back of buyers don't wait, I've had one buyer that I just showed some property to, and again, she's hesitating. And she was hesitating 2 years ago. Only difference is now she's paying 50, 60, 70,000 more for almost the identical property because she kept hesitating, and it wasn't quite the perfect property. You're not going to find the perfect property. Find one that gets close on all your parameters, and then move into that, and maybe on the next one you can be a little bit more picky. But to break into the market, don't take too long. Otherwise, as a buyer, you're going to miss out on the market. Conversely, as a seller, yes, you can always wait, and property may be worth more in 6 months or a year or 2 years, but if you're parlaying that into another investment or another property that you're going to live in, you're going to pay more for that too. So you're best to try and sell when everyone's buying. J. Paul Getty said, sell when everyone's buying, buy when everyone's selling. Sounds simple, but most people don't do it that way. So if I had to break down individual categories, residential housing, moving well, selling well. If you're going to buy, don't wait. If you're going to sell, get it on the market. Prices are strong, predicting to go a little bit stronger. You don't have to negotiate much to get the property sold, and inventory is low, so perfect time to put a residential property on the market. Units, almost identical to housing. A lot of pressure on them, a lot of buyers, prices are strong. If you own a unit, time to sell. If you're buying, better buy now, or you're going to pay more, possibly in 6 months or a year's time. Rural property, rural property that has a house on it. Again, selling well, but the inventory is at an all-time low. I am virtually getting no calls for rural property to list it, and I've got tons of buyers. So if you own rural property and you want to sell it, please give me a call, because I literally, sounds like a sales line, I know, but I have buyers waiting. Rural land, no difference. The only slight difference here is a lot of the rural land would sell to people coming up from down south that want to move out of the city and want to have the 6,000 square meter block. That market has slowed down a little bit, but that being said, there's not much rural land on the market. So again, there's pressure on that also. On the rental side, as strong as ever. We manage over 400 properties, and we literally have no properties available. If we do get one that comes up where a tenant's moving and we've got to put on the market, it pretty much gets rented within days. The advantage to you as the investor is, number one, you can push the rents up a little bit higher, and number two, as a company, we can make sure we put the absolute best person in that property or in your property to make sure it gets looked after, as well as paying the top rent. So that's it. That's the market update for the end of August and the start of September 2020. So if you have a property you want to get managed professionally, we are the best choice. And that sounds conceited, but I really believe we are. If you want to sell, again, I think we're the best choice. And if you want to buy, please give us a call and we'll help you purchase that first property or that second property or whatever it happens to be. That's it for now. Have a great day and I'll talk to you all next month.